Hi, this is Bjorn from CBPC. Today I will talk to you about doing a repro card of Zelda, The Legend of Link, which is a mod of the original Zelda game with super add-ons, new graphics, sound, done by Infidelity. So he spent quite a lot of time on doing this mod. The game has of course never been released by Nintendo because they didn't make it. So if someone wants a repro for that, that's another story. We'll talk to you about that, but first I will talk to you about doing repros in general. If a customer asks, then we'll do it on order. In doing so, we try to sacrifice as less as donor cards as possible. Today we have a selection of these cards to do our repros. For example, for the MMC3 we can use this board from Retro Stage. They do a great job in creating these boards. You just have to put in the PRG and the CHR, even some RAM, and then you're ready to go. No messy rewiring, no nothing. So yeah, for the MMC1, the discrete boards, even for Gimmick, which is asked, yeah, fairly frequently if I do a repro. So for Gimmick we have, for the Famicom version, we have this board made by someone in Germany. Is this one. He has done everything, even he put the extra possibility to put a sound chip on there for the extra sound and effects on the Gimmick game. So pretty good board. The only thing, a side note on this, you need an FME7 or a Sunsoft 5 A or B chip. This we need to get from a donor card, unfortunately. So yeah, I can show you a Sunsoft 5 chip. So this game has that type of chip. So yeah, sometimes take a while to get these games, and yeah, now we have to take out the chip using the hot air station. We desolder this and then we put it on the board. Put on the A5, the sound chip, and we're ready to go. So PRG, CHR, we program them with the programmer, and then the card is ready. So yeah, for this we need this donor card. But if I need to make a Europe version 72 pin, then you can use this board from Infinite NES Lives. They do everything. They include the sound chip and the logic in the FME7 or Sunsoft 5 chips. They put in these Xilinx, they program it in these Xilinx chips. So very good sound available, extra sound. So that's how we do it. We try to use as less as donor cards as possible. So these boards are great for that. Okay, so Zelda, Legend of Link. Yeah, unfortunately we cannot use a board like that. We need a donor board, a donor card. So if you can get a hold of this game, again, this is why it takes some time for me to do this Zelda mod game. So yeah, you need a board with an MMC5 chip on it. And yeah, it's called an EW-ROM board. So it's this type of board. I already desoldered the PRG and the CHR. So in doing this mod, we cannot do it differently. We need to wire it up, and yeah, we need to modify the PCB on certain areas to get this mod working. So yeah, we will start by doing that. Okay, just went and get a little drill to cut some traces on the PCB. I've done this a few times, so I know pretty well which ones to cut, especially on this model. So we'll go ahead and do that. so I've pretty much cut all the traces I needed to cut. Next thing to do is get the, yeah, maybe solder the CHR and the PRG on there. I'll program them and I'll come back. Okay, so I'm back. What I did, I took my programmer and an EEPROM chip. You just put the chip in the socket, connect it to USB, use the program, and then you program the two parts of the PRG and the CHR on the EEPROM chip. You can also use an EEPROM, which has a little window, and you have to erase it via UV light, but this is an EEPROM, so it's electrically erasable, so it's easier. Costs almost as much, so it's no problem. So I've already programmed the CHR and the PRG. I'll include a picture of the software in this video, and yeah, we'll show it now. Okay, now we're going to install the PRG and the CHR. This is the CHR. I'm going to put it in its place, like here, and watch the notch, so it's good. Now we'll take our PRG and we'll do the same for that. So this is the PRG, and we'll put it in its place also, like that, and then we'll solder the both of them in place. So that's perfect. I also cleaned the PCB from desoldering and cutting the traces, so that's nice and neat. Afterwards I will also include a new battery. I also removed that one, so we'll go ahead and solder this one. Okay. Okay, that's that. So now we have to run some wires. I usually use this little wire, which is really small and really easy to work with, because we have to do some extra wiring. I've made a habit of printing out the stuff you need to do, so we'll just follow what's on here, and then I'm sure we'll get a working repro card. So we'll do that. Okay, start with this top section. Okay. Just making sure I connect everything to the right via. This one goes to there. Okay, that should be it. Front side was really difficult because it's a small trace to solder to, but I have an SMD solder pencil in the weather station, so it goes pretty easy. Backside we also did. I'm going to check a few traces, and then I'm going to take out the NES console, put the another connector on there, put this 60 pin to 72 pin on there, and then we'll see if it works. I'll come back later. Hi, so I've installed the opened up NES console, which is a PAL console. We're in Europe, and I plugged in the first time our EW-ROM card with the Zelda flash ROMs who were on there, which were these, but there seemed to be something wrong with them, but because they didn't work. No, I know that for previous installations, modifications I did, I used an EEPROM for that, which was a 27C801. Those always worked, so I took that type of EEPROM, programmed them, but now I put a socket on the board, and then put the EEPROMs in. You see the rest of the modification hasn't changed, only it's now an EEPROM instead of an EEPROM, so yeah, that's pretty much the same. And we're going to plug it into the console, and we're going to test if it works this time. So yeah, it will run a bit slow, of course, because it's PAL and this is NTSC, so but just to show that it works. So put it in the console, push it down, and seems to work. Yeah, runs a bit slow as you used to. If it's NTSC, it will run a bit faster. So yeah, that's the Zelda Legend of Link repro we did. I'm going to desolder the sockets, put the EEPROMs in there, but I'm not going to do that on video. So that was the mod we did, and I think we can, if we clean up the solder and everything, and the flux, then we'll package it and put in a battery, of course. Then it's ready to go to the customer. Thanks for watching. Bye.